Welcome back to my 100% playthrough of Heretic on the Black Plague Possesses the difficulty, played through the Heretic plus Hexen re-release on the Kex Engine. We are doing all levels with a 1-star, and this is E1M6, the Cathedral. Let's begin. And look, there's a sippy juice pickup. And you might have seen a golem in the distance. I can see him wiggling around over there by that pillar. But before we even interact with him, we're going to interact with this wall, which will allow us to get a secret Gauntlets of the Necromancer pickup, and also go into this area to kill this secret Nitro Golem. And now, we can wake up some golems. Yeah, come on out. One at a time, line up. As these guys are melee enemies, you can zap them and usually get the upper hand. But what you want to watch out for is what just happened earlier. I got hit by the other golem on the side. Yeah, you don't want them to be by their buddies' sides. And even if they aren't, you can still get hit by the main one that you're stunning. Oh well. That's what these crystal vial pickups are for. Whenever stuff like that happens. And yes, the Gauntlets of the Necromancer. Better than the Chainsaw in Doom. Because, well, you don't have a Berserk in this game for one. But also, just zaps things so efficiently. Most of the time. But anyways, you might have seen this yellow key. In order to get to it, we'll have to go up the stairway and deal with potential enemies, including the Fire Gargoyle. Usually I focus on him first, but this time I save them for last. But anyways, you might have heard a door opening up. That's because when we go up here, the key's gone and it fell right here, which we picked up. And undead warriors appeared to try to get the drop on you. But little do they know that I have a hit scan weapon and they don't. So yeah. Anyways, after dealing with this whole ordeal, you should still have enough health through crystal vials, maybe the quartz flask if you happen to need it, to go through this area. We'll deal with the gargoyles like so, and I'll break out the gauntlets again, just for funsies. Yeah, like I said, even with the powers of the gauntlets, you might still get slapped by these guys at least once. Maybe twice, but usually not. Anyways, let's interact with this man crutch and go into this scary place. Dodge just about everything we can and go into this part by pressing that button. So we can go up here to grab the ethereal crossbow. Now we have that, we can deal with these fellows. I'm still going to use the gauntlets on them because they're melee enemies, and they're melee enemies at that too. Schmelly. Not everything is dead, including the gargoyles. Most of the melee enemies that are capable of flight. Which, yeah, it's just the gargoyles. There's still some golems around here, and they might try to get the drop on you with infinite height shenanigans. But it's no big deal. You have a crossbow now. You can kill just about everything with it. But the one thing you want to focus on, above all else, or things even, are the undead warriors. And look, there's a golem up here. I'm gonna kill him so I don't have to fight him later. Yeah, like that. And these guys, I'll also deal with them later. First things first, we're going to interact with this to lower this lift. Go up through here to grab the quartz flask and the silver shield. There are also crystal vials if you need them. And now we can go to this other scary room, which will have the dragon claw, which we'll grab first and foremost. There are lots of nitro golems fire gargoyles, and you might see some green and red axes swinging out from this fake wall. Yeah, that's a fake wall. So we're just gonna fire into the fake wall until we hear some death screams. I already heard 1, 2, 3. Should be 3 undead warriors in there. And when you go into here to examine their corpses, not only will you get a pickup like a Tome of Power, you will also fight some golems. And once they're dealt with, you can go over here to get this other secret with a map scroll, which will show you the map. And as you can see, we are quite well on our way towards killing half the enemies, and only 5 minutes in, huh? Isn't that a spectacle to behold? You might have also heard the golem in here, but that wasn't the golem in here. It was the 3 golems over here. This secret area leads back out to this part if you want to go here. And while you're here, you get a good area to get some pot shots on these guys. And also, you can kill this gargoyle and go through this portal if you wish to go back to the start. I only went through it to show you where it leads you to. Because where I actually wanted to go was to interact with this man crutch. And let's go here to deal with this undead warrior, this gargoyle. There should be another gargoyle coming from that open area. And if you're wondering how to get through here, look at this wall. Interact with it. There's another gargoyle behind it, but it will lead you into progression. Yes, it's the only wall in this area that is differently aligned from the rest. So, yeah, keep stuff like that in mind. Anyways, in order to progress further, we're gonna go down and deal with these golems. And if you need to go back up, you can press the button. If you end up being back up, you can drop on the altar in the middle there. Or perhaps it's a sarcophagus. Either way, you want to go out into the graveyard. The cemetery, if you will. To fight some enemies, including golems, nitro golems. Let's use the gauntlets on the golems. And use our crossbow on the undead warriors. These bastards are facing our cemetery. But let's deface them. I'll use the Elven Wand on you, buddy. Because you kind of suck, actually. I saw you shooting those screaming metal skulls into the floor, you idiot. Anyways. Yes, you can interact with this wall. You can tell you can because of the lighting difference. And before we go into this portal, there are 2 things I want to get while I'm out here. 1, a secret shadow sphere, and 2, a portal which will lead to this part with a morph obum. And now we have both of those. I will actually go through that portal. And when you do, you can get a Tome of Power. But when you drop down from the sarcophagus and go through this area, you'll be ambushed by an undead warrior and 3 golems guarding the green key, which we need to go through another area. So once you open this door up, you will see this. Yeah, out of all of the enhancements that they introduced to Hexen and Heretic, they've not done anything with that. Very silly. Anyways, now we have the green key. We also got a ring of invincibility out of it. You can just step here and the lift will raise. And we can interact with the door. And let's place a time bomb for these gargoyles. Yeah, perfect. It's always nice to get a good time bomb usage. I could have used it on this fellow, but he's guarding a bag of holding when you try to grab it. I'm going to use it on this fellow instead. Yeah, good enough. Anyways, let's go through here because there are some golems and a nitro golem. And they're guarding a teleporter, which takes you back to here. To this place where undead warriors were at. Hopefully you will have killed them by then, because if you don't, they'll probably throw a bunch of axes right into your face. But yeah, this leads back into this part. You can grab anything you missed. For me, I missed claw orbs. But otherwise, you want to continue on with your progression through this part. And you know what? I think it's time to use this Shadow Spear. Just because I don't want you guys throwing axes at me, I want you to throw them through me. And when you drop down from here after grabbing the blue key, you will hear something in your right ear. Something opening up. But normally, what you can do is leap through here. That's the end of the level. But we are missing kills, we are missing a secret, and we're missing some items. And in order to get all of them, we'll have to use the Wings of Wrath. For the remaining items and a few remaining enemies. Once you have everything, you can mosey on over back to where you were before. Like so. Yeah, make sure you're standing on here so you can get the tag secret, because this is what opened up after you drop down into the area after grabbing the blue key. And let's use the Ring of Invincibility, and let's use the Morphobum Chicken. Yeah, let's use the Tome of Power. And the Powered Staff, yeah. Yeah, like that. Oh, one's still alive? Yeah, there you go. One bonus attribute to the staffed tome, or the tomed up staff, is your attacks are magical. Yeah, because the staff is a physical weapon. However, with the obvious zappy magic, it is considered magical when powered up now. Which is, yeah, that's an objective improvement in my eyes. I'll be real with you. But anyways, we got all the kills, all the secrets, and as you can see, this is a different exit, which will take us to the secret level. But otherwise, we are done with the Cathedral. And I didn't even use this torch. So we're going to use everything we got right now. Except for the extra tome we got from the Disciple. I believe we got one from him. But even if we didn't, it doesn't matter. We're done. And that is the Cathedral. Yeah, as you can see, it is also another map that's been more or less unchanged. I can tell because the Undead Warrior and the Golem are still stuck. They're still fused together, and they can't move, but they can still try to throw axes your way until one of them dies. Usually they get into infights, and usually the Undead Warrior wins. But yeah, the main thing that changed throughout this map are just texture placements, and I think a few sectors are slightly different. There's that whole Mandela effect thing going on again. But yeah, I do enjoy this level. It has a very different kind of progression going on. Still linear-ish, but there are lots of little hidey holes that you can find by going through certain areas and interacting with certain walls and whatnot. There's the whole Undead Warriors behind the fake wall thing going on. Probably one of the more risky encounters because you can't really see them, but usually if you blindly fire into that area, you will hear some death screams and some rattling bones. Fun fact, the bone rattling from the Undead Warriors, it's actually casino coin chips. But yeah, we are done with this level. And we are now going to go into the secret level in the next video. So stay tuned for that. In the next video, we are going to go into the graveyard. But until then, I'll see you when I see ya. So, see ya.